Welcome back. This is step 2, part 4. This is the crema de la capana of what you've learned so far. This will be the security agreement he will be discussing. It is lengthy. Lee, it's like a noise in the background, like a TV or something.
Huh. Let me see.
Okay, but this will be the security agreement he's going over. And this is like, in other words, the cream of the crop or the icing on the cake. This is very, very important. So take notes.
Right.
Welcome, Lee.
Okay, thank you. Like she said, this is the security agreement, and what it does is it ties everything together in a way and it covers a lot more than anything before. And the other ones could be called a support document for this document, actually. But this is the icing on the cake right here because it lays everything out. Now, there's case law in this, and it's mixed. The variation of the capital letter and the lowercase name is mixed in this quite a bit. And so I'll just say whether it's caps or lowercase before I say my name. That way you'll know. And so let's do it. This is a security agreement. My number RLT 240689-SA. Non-negotiable. Private between the parties. Parties. Debtor, full colon, space creditor, full colon. Okay. Okay, so here we go. This security agreement is mutually agreed upon and entered into this 24th day of the 6th month of the year of our Lord, 1989, between the jurisdict person, all caps Robert Lee Thomas Jr., and also known by any and all derivatives and variations in the spelling of said names, except lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr. copyrighted. Hereafter, jointly and severally, all caps Robert Lee Thomas Jr., and the living, breathing, flesh and blood man known by the distinctive appellation lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr., hereinafter secured party. For valuable consideration, debtor A grants secured party a security interest in collateral described herein below for the purpose of securing the indebtedness. B delivers all of debtor's negotiable documents, instruments, money, tangible chattel property, certified securities, and goods, except those goods for which a security interest cannot be perfected by the filing of a financing statement, into the possession of secured party for the purpose of securing the indebtedness. C. Authorizes, authorizes that all of the debtor's certified securities in registered form be delivered into the possession of secured party as of the date of this security agreement for the purpose of securing the indebtedness. D. Agrees to be considered a transmitting utility debtor, and E. Agrees that secured party possesses the rights stated in this security agreement, collateral, as well as any and all other rights that secured party may have. This security agreement secures the following. A. Obligation of debtor in favor of secured party is set forth in the express written private agreement, RLT 240689-PA. Amount of said obligation, 10 billion American, and then you'll write out 10 billion in parentheses. B, repayment of, lowercase I in parentheses, any amounts that secured party may advance, spend, and otherwise convey for the maintenance, preservation, upkeep, and the like of the collateral, and two I's in a parentheses, and any other expenditures that secured party may make under the provision of the security agreement in particular, and for the benefit of the debtor in general. C. All amounts owed under any modification, renewals, extensions, and the like of any of the foregoing obligations. D. All other amounts owed secured party, both now and in the future, by debtor. E. All indebtedness and liabilities whatsoever owed secured party debtor, both direct and indirect, absolute and contingent, due as might become due, now existing and hereafter rising, and however evidenced. F. Any other debts that may be owed secured party by debtor, arising upon occasion as stated herein. Debtor consents and agrees that all collateral property is held in the possession of secured party until secured party terminates this security agreement in writing. Words defined. Glossary of terms. As used in this security agreement, the following words and terms are defined in this section, non-abstinent. Words all. In this security agreement, the word all means everything one has. The whole number, totally, including both, all, and sundry, everyone, without restriction. Appellation. In this security agreement, the term appellation means a general term that introduces the specifics of a particular term which may be used in addressing, greeting, calling out for, and making appeals of a particular living, breathing, flesh and blood man. Artificial person. In this security agreement, the term artificial person means a juristic person, such as debtor, all caps Robert Lee Thomas Jr., also known by any and all derivatives and variations in the spelling of said name except lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr. copyright. See also juristic person. Authorized representative. In this security agreement, the term authorized representative means the secured party, lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr., copyright. Authorized by debtor for signing debtor's signature without liability and without recourse. Claim. In this security agreement, the word claim means 1. Right of payment, both when such right is rendered into the form of a judgment and for damages that are liquidated, unliquidated, fixed, contingent, matured, unmatured, disputed, undisputed, legal, equitable, secured, and unsecured, as well as rulings regarding an equitable remedy for breach of performance if such breach results in a right of payment, both when an equitable remedy is rendered into a form of a judgment and for debts obligations that are fixed, contingent, matured, unmatured, disputed, undisputed, secured, unsecured. 2. Demanding as one's own any challenge of property and ownership of a thing that is wrongfully withheld. Okay, this is a case law. See Hill versus Henry, 66 NJ 150-57 ALT 555. Also, a claim is to state. See Douglas versus Beasley, 40 ALA 147. Prigg versus Pennsylvania, 16 PET 615 10 LED 1060. Okay, now conduit. In this security agreement, the term conduit signifies a means of transmitting and distributing energy and the effects produce of labor, such as goods and services, via the name, all capital, Robert Lee Thomas Jr., also known by any and all derivatives and variations in the spelling of said name of debtor, except lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr. copyrighted. Creditor. In this security agreement, the term creditor means the lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr. copyright. Debtor. In this security agreement, the term debtor means capital letter Robert Lee Thomas Jr., also known by any and all derivatives or variations in the spelling of said name except lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr. copyright. Default. In this security agreement, the term default means debtor's non-performance of a duty this security agreement, specifically any event described below under event of default. Derivative. In this security agreement, the word derivative means coming from another, taken from something preceding, secondary, that which has not the origin in itself, but obtains existence of something foregoing and of a more prime and fundamental nature, anything derived from another. Ens ligus. In this security agreement, the term ens ligus means a creature of the law, an artificial being, as contrasted with a natural person, such as a corporation, considered as deriving its existence entirely from law. Hold harmless and indemnity agreement. In this security agreement, the term hold harmless and indemnity agreement means the written express hold harmless indemnity agreement RLT 240689 HHIA dated the 17th day, the 8th month, year of our Lord, 2011, between secured party and debtor, together with all modifications of and substitutions for said hold harmless indemnity agreement attached hereto and included herein by reference. Now, I'll say that and stop that here. That's going to be the date that you put that in is the date that you create these documents, and you date them when you're signing them. And so that's the date you'll use in the security agreement. Okay, so the debtor. In this security agreement, the term all caps Robert Lee Thomas Jr. means all caps Robert Lee Thomas Jr. And any and all derivatives and variations in the spelling of said name except lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr. Common law copyright 1989 to 3000 by Robert Lee Thomas Jr. Copyright. That's a lowercase on that one. A lowercase again. Well, these are all lowercase in this one. Lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr. Copyright. In this security agreement, the term lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr. means the sentient living being known by the distinctive appellation Robert Lee Thomas Jr. lowercase. All rights are reserved. Reuse of lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr. Copyright. Autograph common law copyright 1989 through 3000 by lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr. Copyright. Okay. Juristic person. In this security agreement, the term juristic person means an abstract legal entity ens legis, such as a corporation, created by constructive law and considered as possessing certain legal rights and duties of a human being, an imaginary entity, such as debtor, i.e., all caps Robert Lee Thomas Jr. Copyright, which on the basis of legal reasoning is legally treated as a human being for the purpose of conducting commercial activity for the benefit of a biological living being, such as secured party. Okay, here's where we're going to get into a case law. From the earliest times, the law has enforced rights and exacted liabilities by utilizing a corporate concept, by recognizing that is juristic persons other than human beings. The theories by which this mode of legal operation has developed has been justified, qualified, and defined, and are the subject matter of a very sizable liberty or sizable library. The historic roots of a particular society, economic pressures, philosophical notions, all have had their share in the law's response to the ways of men in carrying on their affairs through what is now the familiar device of the corporation. Attribution of legal rights and duties to a juristic person other than man is necessarily a metaphorical process, and none the worse for it, no doubt. Metaphors in law are to be narrowly watched. That's Carzo J. in Berkeley versus Third Avenue R Company, 244 NY 8494. But all instruments of thought should be narrowly watched, lest they be abused and fail in their service to reason. See U.S. versus Scophony, Scophony, Court of America, 333 U.S. 795 68 SCT 855 1948 U.S. Okay, land. In this security agreement, the term land means any and all ground, soil, and earth whatsoever, including pastures, fields, meadows, woods, moors, waters, marshes, rock, and sand. Legal entity. In this security agreement, the term legal entity means an entity other than a natural person with sufficient existence in legal contemplation that said entity can function legally, sue and be sued, and make decisions through agents. Liability. In this security agreement, the term liability means every kind of legal obligation, responsibility, and duty. Also, the state of being bound and obligated in law for doing, paying a debt, fulfilling an obligation, rendering committed specific performance, and the like. See Mayfield versus First National Bank of Chattanooga. Okay, Tennessee, CCA, Tennessee, 137 F second 1033 1019. Field versus City of Coeur Allen, COEURD, 23 Idaho 32, 129P 643 649 43 LRANS, all caps that, 1095. Okay, and then Breslau, Breslaw, BRESLAW, versus Reitmeyer, 1986, or no, I'm sorry, excuse me, 196 NYS 539 541 119, miscellaneous 833. Okay. Living, breathing, flesh and blood man. In this security agreement, the term living, breathing, flesh and blood man means the secured party, lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr., copyright, a sentient living being as distinguished from an artificial legal construct in legis, i.e., a juristic person created by constructive law. There, every man is independent of laws, except those prescribed by nature. He is not bound by any institution formed by his fellow men without his consent. And that's Cruden versus Neal, Neale, second NC 338, 1796, 2 SE 70. Okay, natural person. In this security agreement, the term natural person means a living, breathing, flesh and blood man, as distinguished from artificial persons, juristic persons, and the like. Non-obstinate. In this security agreement, the term non-obstinate means words anciently used in public and private instruments with the intent of precluding in advance any interpretation other than certain declared objects purposes. Private agreement. In this security agreement, the term private agreement means the written express private agreement, RLT 240689PA, then dated again the day you did it, written out. Mine was dated the 17th day, 8th month in the year of our Lord 2011 between creditor and debtor, together with all modifications and substitutions for said private agreement. Rents, wages, salaries, and other income from whatever source derived. In this security agreement, the term rents, wages, salaries, and other income from whatever source derived means all rents, wages, salaries, and other income from whatever source derived, being owned and becoming owned for the benefit of the debtor. Secured party. In this security agreement, the term secured party means lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr., copyright, a living, sentient being as distinguished from a juristic person created by constructive law. Security agreement. In this security agreement, the term security agreement means this security agreement number RLT 240869SA. This security agreement may be amended and may be modified by agreement of other parties together with all attachments, exhibits, documents, endorsements, and schedules attached hereto. Sentient living being. In this section, or in this security agreement, the term sentient living being means the secured party, i.e., lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr., copyright, a living, breathing, flesh and blood man, as distinguished from an abstract legal construct, such as an artificial entity, juristic person, corporation, partnership, association, and the like. The signature. See UCC 3401B, what is considered signature. Signed. See UCC 120139, what is considered signed. Trade name. In this security agreement, the term trade name means, all cap, Robert Lee Thomas Jr., as well as any and all derivatives and variations in the spelling of said name. Transmitting utility. In this private agreement, the term transmitting utility means a conduit, e.g., the debtor, i.e., all caps, Robert Lee Thomas Jr. UCC. In this private agreement, the term UCC means Uniform Commercial Code. Collateral. In this security agreement, the term collateral means any and all items of property of debtor, now owned and hereafter required, now existing and hereafter arising, and wherever located. A. Referenced within any of the following categories, i.e., all motor vehicles, aircraft, vessels, ships, trademarks, copyrights, patents, consumer goods, firearms, farm products, inventory, equipment, money, investment property, commercial tort claims, letters of credit, letter of credit rights, chattel property, electronic chattel property, tangible chattel property, certified securities, uncertified securities, promissory notes, payment intangibles, software, healthcare insurance receivables, instruments, deposit accounts, documents, livestock, real estate, and real property, including all buildings, structures, fixtures, and aperture tendencies. Let me spell that. APPURTENANCES. Situated thereon, as well as affixed thereto. Fixtures, manufactured homes, timber, crops, and extracted collateral, i.e., all oil, gas, and other minerals, as well as any and all accounts arising from the sale of these substances, both at wellhead and minehead. B. Described, identified within a particular numbered paragraph under heading Paragraph B, list below. C. Described, identified within any document of title, certificate, form, and the like, a photocopy of which has been appended with this security agreement attached hereto, made fully part hereof, and included herein by reference. D. Described, identified, and attached sheet RLT 240689 AS attached hereto, made fully part hereof, and included herein by reference. F. Described, classified with any of the following, lowercase I in parentheses, accessions, increases, and additions, replacements of, and substitutions for any of the property described in this collateral section. 2. Products, produce, and proceeds of any of the property described in this collateral section. 3. Accounts, general intangibles, instruments, monies, payments, and contract rights, and all other rights arising out of sale, lease, and other disposition of any of the property described in this collateral section. 4. Proceeds, including insurance, bonds, general intangibles, and account proceeds from the sale, destruction, loss, and other disposition of any of the property described in this collateral section. And 5. Records and data involving any of the property described in this collateral section, such as in the form of writing, photograph, microfilm, microprint, tape, electronic media, and the like, together with all of debtor's right, title, and interest in all computer software and hardware required for utilizing, creating, maintaining, and processing any such records and data in any electronic media. Each foregoing separate item of property referenced, described, identified, classified within any of the 6 preceding paragraphs, i.e., A, B, C, D, E, and F, in this collateral section secures the entire obligation amount of indebtedness, i.e., 10 billion American dollars, and then 10 billion typed out in numbers. Paragraph B, list. Now the list here is going to be 96 things here, so this is why this covers everything. Okay.
So
Paragraph B.
96 in this section?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's really thorough, okay? Okay,
Um,
paragraph B. List. Okay. The trade name, mark, and trademark of debtor, i.e., all caps, Robert Lee Thomas Jr., and any and all other assemblages of letters and derivatives and variations in the spelling of said name used with the intent of identifying, referencing the debtor, all caps, Robert Lee Thomas Jr., except lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr., copyright. Second, or two, any and every alleged birth document, record, RE, lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr., copyright, such as state of, all caps, West Virginia Registry of Births, you'll put your state there, okay? Death, where you're born. Deaths and marriages, i.e., any and every certificate of birth, standard certificate of birth, certificate of live birth, standard certificate of live birth, notification of registration of birth, certificate of registration of birth, certificate of birth registration, and any otherwise entitled birth document record is any of the following levels. Concerning, binding, derived from, etc. The name consisting of any assemblage of letters regarding as identifying, referencing debtor, i.e., all caps, Robert Lee Thomas Jr., for any reason whatsoever. That's an important paragraph there.
well, since you mentioned that it's important, you froze for a few seconds.
Okay. So we'll go to 3.
Not that far back, but just right like that sentence you were just in froze the beginning.
Okay, so I need to do number 2 again?
Yeah, I would just do 2 again.
Okay.
Thanks.
Any and every alleged birth document, record, RE, lowercase, Robert Lee Thomas Jr., copyright, such as state of, and this is all caps, West Virginia Registry of Birth, deaths and marriages, i.e., any and every certificate of birth, standard certificate of birth, certificate of live birth, standard certificate of live birth, notification of registration of birth, certificate of registration of birth, certificate of birth registration, and any otherwise entitled birth document record issued at any of the following levels: hospital, city, district, state, federal, or other, allegedly involving, concerning, binding, derived from, etc. The name consisting of any assemblage of the letters regarded as identifying, referencing debtor, i.e., all caps, Robert Lee Thomas Jr., for any reason whatsoever. Okay, then 3, debtor's social security account number. You put your number in there. And tax file number. You put your social security number there with no dashes. And this sets the bond up, okay? And all related documents, instruments, and endorsements, front and back, except the paper card, but not the ink and printing on either side of paper card, issued by Social Security Administration and bearing Social Security account number, your account goes there, on the obverse thereof. 4, all related accounts, trusts, documents, instruments, and endorsements, front and back, RE, debtor's Social Security account number, then draw your number out with the dashes on it. Number 5, all Social Security income from Social Security account number, put your Social Security number there with dashes. 6, account number, this is your Social Security without dashes, just your number. That's your account number. Number 7, case number, and then the case number you're going to put refer to Schedule 1. Passport number, and you put your passport number there. Driver's license number, And you put your driver's license there. Number 10, all military records, documentation, discharge papers, files, licenses, and the like, referencing debtor. Number 11, all land and real property. Number 12, all buildings, structures, and fixtures, and the appurtenances, let me spell it, Appurtenances, situated thereon and affixed thereto. Number 13, all documents involving all real property in which debtor has an interest, including all buildings, structures, fixtures, and appurtenances situated thereon and affixed thereto. Number 14, all motor vehicles and wheeled conveyances of any kind, motorized and otherwise, in which debtor has an interest. Number 15, all vessels and all equipment, accoutrements, baggage, and cargo affixed thereto, pertaining thereto, stowed therein, and the like, including but not limited to all motors, engines, ancillary, ANCILLARY, equipment, okay, accessories, parts, tools, instruments, electronic equipment, navigation aids, service equipment, lubricants and fuel additives. 16. All aircraft and equipment, accoutrements, baggage, and cargo affixed thereto, pertaining thereto, stowed therein, and the like, including but not limited to all motors, engines, ancillary equipment, accessories, parts, tools, instruments, electronic equipment, navigation aids, service equipment, lubricants, and fuel additives. 17. All deposit accounts, i.e., all demand, time, savings, passbook, and other accounts maintained with a bank of any kind whatsoever. Number 18, all credit card accounts. Number 19, all charge accounts. Number 20, all brokerage accounts, i.e., all stock, bond, mutual fund, and money market accounts, and the like. Number 21, all retirement plan accounts, individual retirement accounts, 401ks, pension plans, and the like. 22, all precious metals and bullion, and any storage box and receptacle within which such is stored. 23, all stockpiles, collections, buildups, amazements, and accumulations, however small, of Federal Reserve notes, any and all currency, gold certificates and silver certificates, and all other types of cash, coin, currency, and money delivered into the possession of secured party as of date of this security agreement, as described in subparagraph B of the second paragraph on page 1 of this security agreement. 24. All stocks, bonds, drafts, futures, insurance policies, investment securities, notes, options, puts, calls, warrants, securities, and benefits from trust, and the like. 25. All bank safety deposit boxes, the contents therein, and the box numbers associated therewith, and the keys, combinations, security codes, passwords, and the like associated therewith. 26. All credit of debtor. That's an important one. 27. All proceeds, products, accounts, and fixtures from crops, minehead, wellhead, etc. 28. All rents, wages, salaries, and other income from whatever source derived. 29. All land, mineral, water, and air rights. Number 30. All documents, records, and certificates, cottages, cabins, houses, and buildings in which debtor has an interest. 31. All inventory in any source. 32. All machinery, both farm and industrial. 33. All trailers, mobile homes, and recreational vehicles, and house, cargo, and travel trailers, and all equipment, accoutrements, baggage, and cargo affixed thereto, pertaining thereto, stowed therein, and any manner attached thereto, including but not limited by all ancillary equipment, accessories, parts, service, equipment, lubricants, and fuel additives. 34. All livestock and animals, all things required for the care, feeding, use, transportation, and husbandry thereof. 35. All computers, computer-related equipment and accessories, electronically stored files and data, telephone, electronic equipment, and office equipment and machines. 36. All visual reproduction systems, aural reproduction systems, motion pictures, films, video, tapes, audio tapes, soundtracks, compact discs, phonograph records, film, video, and oral production equipment, cameras, projectors, and musical instruments. 37. All books, booklets, pamphlets, treatises, essays, treatments, monographs, stories, written material, libraries, plays, screenplays, lyrics, songs, and music. 38. All financial books and records. 39. All proprietary data and technology, inventions, royalties, and goodwill. 40. All scholastic degrees, diplomas, honors, awards, and meritorious citations. 41. All records, diaries, journals, photographs, negatives, transparencies, images, video footage, film footage, drawings, sound records, audio tapes, videotapes, and computer production and storage faculty of any kind. 42. All fingerprints, footprints, palm prints, thumbprints, RNA materials, DNA materials, blood and blood fractions, biopsies, surgically removed tissue, body parts, organs, hair, teeth, nails, semen, urine, other bodily fluids and matter, voice print, retinal image, and the description thereof, and all other corporal identification factors and said factors' physical counterparts in any form, and all records, record numbers, and information pertaining thereto, re debtor. 43. All biometric data, records, information, and processes not elsewhere described, the use thereof, and the use of the information contained therein pertaining thereto, and otherwise. 44. All rights for requesting, refusing, authorizing, and disallowing the administration of any drug, manipulation, material, process, procedure, ray, and wave that secured party considers might alter the state of the body, mind, spirit, will, and any other aspect of being by any means, method, and process whatsoever. 45. All rights for obtaining, using, requesting, refusing, and authorizing the administration of any food, beverage, nourishment, water, and the like that may be infused into, such as by injection, swallowing, and the like, into the body, and any substance that might affect the body in any manner whatsoever. 46. All keys, locks, lock combinations, encryption codes, safes, and secured places, and security devices, security programs, and all software, machinery, and devices associated therewith and related thereto. 47. All rights for accusing and using utilities upon payment of the same unit cost as the comparable units of usage offered for the benefit of most favored customers, including cable, electricity, garbage, gas, internet, satellite, sewer, telephone, water, email, and all other methods of communication, energy transmission, and food and water distribution. 48. All rights for bartering, buying, contracting, selling, and trading ideas, products, services, and work. 49. All rights for creating, inventing, adopting, utilizing, and promulgating any system and means of currency, money, medium of exchange, coinage, barter, economic exchange, bookkeeping, record keeping, and the like. Number 50. All rights for using all free, rented, leased, fixed, and mobile domiciles as if each were a permanent domicile, free from requirement for applying for and otherwise securing any governmental license, permission, permit, and otherwise, and free from entry, intrusion, and surveillance by any means, regardless of duration of lease period, as long as any required lease is currently paid, but wherein the alternative, a subsequent 3-day grace period, has not expired. 51. All rights for managing, maneuvering, directing, guiding, and traveling in any form of motorized conveyance whatsoever, e.g., automobile, truck, motorcycle, and the like, without any requirement for applying for and without the obligation for obtaining any government license, permit, certificate, permission, and the like of any kind whatsoever. All rights for marrying and procreating children and rearing, educating, training, guiding, and spiritually enlightening any such children without any requirement for applying for and without the obligation for obtaining any government issued license number, serial number, permit, certificate, permission, and the like of any kind whatsoever. All rights for buying, selling, trading, gathering, growing, hunting, raising, angling, and trapping food, fiber, and raw materials for shelter, clothing, and survival. 54. All rights for exercising, enjoying freedom of religion, worship, use of sacraments, spiritual practice, and expression without any abridgment of freedom of speech, publishing, peaceable assembly, and maintaining for petitioning government for redress of grievances, and also petitioning any military force, as well as any other group, agency, and organization, and otherwise for physical protection from threats involving the safety and integrity of the person, as well as all property of secured party from any source, both public and private. All rights, number 55, all rights for keeping and bearing arms for self-defense, family, and parties requesting physical protection of person and property. Number 56, all rights for creating, preserving, and maintaining inviolable spiritual sanctuary and receiving into the same any and all parties requesting safety, shelter, and sanctuary. 57. All rights involving privacy and security in person and property, including all rights such as the safety and security of all household members, sanctuary dwellers, and guests, and all papers and effects of debtor, and all household and sanctuary dwellers and guests, against governmental, quasi-governmental, and private intrusion, detainer, entry, seizure, search, surveillance, trespass, assault, summons, and warrant, except with proof of superior claim filed in the UCC filing office by any such intruding party in the private capacity of said intruding party, notwithstanding whatever purported authority, warrant, order, law, pretense issued under color of law may be promulgated as the authority for such an intrusion, detainer, entry, seizure, search, surveillance, trespass, assault, summons, warrant, and the like. 58. All claims of ownership and certificates of title involving corporal and incorporeal hereditary, hereditary succession and all in it aspects of being, i.e., mind, body, soul, free will, faculties, and self. 59. All names used and all corporations so executed and filed, as well as might be executed and filed under said names. Number 60. All intellectual property, including all speaking, writing, and other media. 61. All signatures and autographs. 62. All present and future retirement incomes and rights in such incomes deriving from any of debtors' accounts, deposit accounts, and otherwise. 63. All present and future medical and healthcare rights and rights owned through survivorship from any of debtors' accounts, deposit accounts, and otherwise. 64. All applications, filings, correspondence, information, identifying marks, images, license, travel documents, materials, permits, registrations, and record numbers held in any entity for any purpose, however required, as well as the analysis and use thereof, and any use of any information and images contained therein, regardless of creator, method, location, process, and storage form, including all processed allegrams analyzing, classifying, comparing, compressing, displaying, identifying, processing, storing, and transmitting said applications, filings, correspondence, information, identifying marks, images, license, travel documents, materials, permits, registrations, records, and record numbers, and the like. 65. All library cards. 66. All accounts, deposits, escrow accounts, lotteries, overpayments, prepayments, prizes, rebates, refunds, returns, claimed and unclaimed funds, and all records and record numbers, correspondence, and information pertaining thereto, as well as all such items construed as being derived therefrom. 67. All drugs, herbs, medicine, medical supplies, cultivated plants, growing plants, inventory, ancillary equipment, supplies, propagating plants and seeds, and all related storage faculties and supplies. 68. All products of and for agriculture, and all equipment, inventory, supplies, contracts, and procurement involved in the planting, tilling, harvesting, processing, preservation, and storage of all product of agriculture. 69. All farm, lawn, and irrigation equipment, and all accessories, attachments, hand tools, implements, service equipment, parts, and supplies associated therewith and related thereto. 70. All fuel, fuel tanks, and containers, and all involved in related delivery and transfer systems. 71. All metalworking, woodworking, and other such machinery, and all ancillary equipment, accessories, consumables, power tools, hand tools, inventories, storage cabinets, toolbox, workbenches, shops, and faculties. 72. All camping, fishing, hunting, and sporting equipment, and all special clothing, materials, supplies, and baggage related thereto. 73. All rifles, guns, bows, and crossbows, and related accessories, and the ammunition, projectiles, and integral components thereof. 74. All radios, televisions, communication equipment, receivers, transceivers, transmitters, antennas, and towers, and all ancillary equipment, supplies, computers, software programs, wiring, and related accessories and devices. 75. All power generating machines, devices, and the like, and all storage, conditioning, control, distribution, wiring, and ancillary equipment as might pertain thereto in any manner. 76. All computers and computer systems and the information contained therein, as well as all ancillary equipment, printers, and data compression and encryption devices and processes. 77. All office and engineering equipment, furniture, ancillary equipment, drawings, tools, electronic and paper files, and items associated therewith and related thereto. 79. All water wells and well drilling equipment, and all ancillary equipment, chemicals, tools, and supplies. Number 80. All shipping, storage, and cargo containers, and all chassis, truck trailers, vans, and the contents thereof, both on site and in transit, as well as in storage anywhere. 81. All building materials and prefabricated buildings, and all components and materials pertaining thereto, both before and during manufacture, transportation, storage, building, erection, and vacancy, while awaiting occupancy thereof. 82. All communications data, and the methods, devices, and forms of information storage and retrieval, and the product of any such stored information. 83. All books, drawings, magazines, manuals, and reference materials, regardless of physical form. 84. All antiques, artwork, paintings, sculptures, etchings, photographic art, lithographs, and seriographs, and all frame, sand, mounts pertaining thereto, affixed thereon, and otherwise. All food and all devices, tools, equipment, vehicles, machines, and related accoutrements involved in food preservation, preparation, growth, transport, and storage. 86. All construction machinery and equipment and all ancillary equipment, supplies, materials, fuels, fuel additives, supplies, materials, and service equipment pertaining thereto. 87. All medical, dental, optical, prescription, and insurance records, record numbers, and information contained in any such records pertaining thereto. 88. All inheritances obtained, as well as all inheritances as might be received. 89. All wardrobe and toiletries. 90. All watches, jewelry, precious jewels, and semi-precious stones, and any mounting attached thereto, and all rings except wedding rings, and all storage boxes within which any of the foregoing items are stored. 91. All radios, televisions, household goods and appliances, linen, furniture, kitchen utensils, cooking utensils, cutlery, tableware, and pottery. 92. All ownership, equity, property, and rights in property now owned, held, and hereafter acquired in all businesses, corporations, companies, trusts, partnerships, limited partnerships, organizations, proprietorships, and other like entities, and all books and records pertaining thereto, all incomes attained therefrom, and all accessories, accounts, equipment, information, inventory, money, parts, spare parts, and computer software pertaining thereto. That's a good one there. That 92 is a good one. Okay. 93. All packages, parcels, envelopes, and labels of any kind whatsoever that are addressed for the benefit of the debtor, both when received and when not received by debtor. 94. All telephone, fax, and page numbers. 95. All email addresses, internet URLs, internet websites, internet domain names, and internet service provider accounts. 96. Any item of property not specifically described, named, specified, listed by make, model, serial number, account number, etc., is expressly herewith included item of property pledged by debtor as collateral for securing debtor's collateral obligation in favor of secured party. Okay, so that's the 96 claim.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this security agreement expressly herewith includes and encompasses all rights, legal title, equitable title, and interest in property described in this collateral section, both when now owned and when hereafter acquired, now existing, and such as might hereafter arise, and wherever located. Held harmless and indemnified in this security agreement, secured party is held harmless and indemnified by debtor in a strict accordance with Hold Harmless and Indemnity Agreement RLT 240689 HHIA, attached hereto and included herein by reference. Authorized representative. Debtor hereby appoints secured party as debtor's authorized representative and authorizes secured party to do the following. A. Sign without liability debtor's signature in all commercial activity between debtor and any other juristic person where such signature is requested and if required for the purpose of authenticating the writing. B. Regarding any deposit account of any kind maintained in the name of debtor and likewise maintained in under the Social Security number of debtor with any bank without further consent of debtor and without liability. Okay, to originate instructions for the deposit account bank and direct disposition of funds in any such deposit account by acting as sole and exclusive signatory on said deposit account. Second, to receive, open, and dispose of all written communication, correspondence, and mail concerning any such deposit account sent by such deposit a bank account or account bank. Third, to compose, finalize, authenticate, and send all written communication, correspondence, and mail concerning any such deposit account with any such deposit account bank. And fourth, to maintain executive possession of any and all debit cards, ATM, or automated teller machine cards, and other similar types of cards, as well as all checkbooks, savings books, passbooks, and other types of account books, any and all such deposit accounts of any kind whatsoever maintained with any bank. Okay, now C, to demand, collect, receive, accept receipt for, sue for, and recover all sums of money and other property which are now and may hereafter become due, owing, and payable in favor of debtor. D, to execute, sign, and endorse any and all claims, instruments, receipts, checks, drafts, and warrants issued for and made payable in favor of debtor. E, to settle. Let me do this one here. I lost my place. Okay. E, to settle and comprise any and all claims now existing and as might hereinafter arise against debtor and against any collateral, any item of collateral. And F, file any claims, take any action, and institute any participant in any proceeding, both in the name of debtor and under the distinctive appellation of secured party, as well as otherwise, which, in the sole discretion of secured party, may be deemed necessary and advisable. Secured party may also receive, open, and dispose of mail indicating any alleged address of debtor, and change any address concerning which mail and payment should be sent. This authorization is given as security for the indebtedness, and the authority hereby conferred is irrevocable and remains in full force until renounced in writing and signed by the secured party. Perfection of a security interest. A, debtor authorizes secured parties filing of a financial statement and continuation statements as needed, describing collateral, as well as any and all agricultural liens and other statutory liens against debtor held by secured party. B, debtor also authorizes execution of such financial or financing statements by secured party and agrees that debtor will take all other such actions reasonably requested by secured party for perfecting and continuing secured parties' security interests and collateral, and also consents and agrees to follows. Okay, 1. Secured party may at any time, without further authorization from debtor, file carbon, photographic, and other types of reproduction of any herein authorized financing statement, as well as this security agreement for the use as a financing statement. And second, secured party is neither responsible for taking any steps necessary for the preservation of any third party rights in collateral, nor for protecting, preserving, maintaining, and the like any security interest granted any third party in collateral. Event of default. Any event listed within any category below constitutes default under this security agreement. A, insolvency of debtor, appointment of a receiver for any part of the debtor's property, and any assignment of the benefit of a third party creditor, as well as commencement of any proceeding under any set of laws, bankruptcy law by debtor, as well as against debtor. B, commencement of foreclosure by judicial proceeding, self-help, repossession, as well as any other method by any third party creditor of debtor against any item of collateral that is the subject of this security agreement. C, attachment, exclusion, lien, levy, and the like concerning any item of collateral. D, failure of compliance of debtor with any term, obligation, covenant, condition, and the like contained in I, a written express private agreement, RLT 240689 PA, dated the 24th day of the 6th month year of our Lord, 1989, between debtor, all caps, Robert Lee Thomas Jr., also known by and by any and all derivatives and variations in the spelling of said name, except lowercase Robert Lee Thomas Jr. copyright. and the secured party, Robert Lee Thomas Jr. copyright, lowercase. Second, the security agreement. And third, any related document, as well as any other agreement contract between the debtor and the secured party. Rights and remedies in event of default. In event of default under this security agreement, as well as under all related documents and all other agreements and contracts between secured party and debtor, as well as any time thereafter, secured party shall have all rights of a secured party in commerce. Debtor, in addition, and without limitation, secured party may exercise any number of the following rights and remedies. Set collateral or sell collateral. Secured party possesses full power to sell, lease, transfer, and otherwise deal with collateral and proceeds thereof, both in the name of debtor and under distinctive appellation of secured party. Secured party may sell collateral in any manner at any place, such as at public auction, private sale, and otherwise without further notice. All expenses involving the disposition of collateral, including, without limitation, the expense of holding, insuring, preparing for sale, and selling collateral, become part of the indebtedness secured by this security agreement and are payable on demand. Appoint receiver. In accordance with the requirements and options permitted by an applicable law, secured party possesses the following rights and remedies regarding appointment of a receiver. A. Secured party may have a receiver appointed as a matter of right. B. The receiver may be an employee of secured party and may serve without bond. And C. All fees of receiver and all fees of an attorney of receiver become part of the indebtedness secured by this security agreement and are payable upon demand, with interest at 10% flat rate if not paid immediately, in which event such unpaid fees shall bear interest from date incurred until paid. Collect revenues. Apply accounts. Secure party, both in secured party's personal capacity and through a receiver, may collect the payments, rents, incomes, and revenues from collateral. Secured party may at any time, at the sole discretion of secured party, transfer any collateral under the distinctive appellation of secured party, as well as into the name of any nominee of secured party, and receive the payments, rents, incomes, and revenue therefrom, and may hold same as security for the indebtedness, apply payments in favor of the indebtedness in any order of priority that secured party may determine, insofar as collateral consists of accounts, general intangibles, deposit accounts, insurance policies, instruments, chattel paper, chooses in action, and any similar property. Secured party may demand, collect, receive, execute, receipt for, settle, comprise, adjust, sue for, foreclose, and relies on collateral as secured party may determine concerning both indebtedness and collateral whenever due. Obtain deficiency. If secured party decides to sell any item of collateral, secured party may obtain judgment against debtor for any deficiencies remaining on the indebtedness that secured party might be owed after application of all amounts received from the exercise of the rights provided in this security agreement. Debtor is liable for a deficiency even if the transaction described in this subsection is a sale of accounts and likewise of chattel property. Cumulative remedies. All of secured parties' rights and remedies, as evidenced by the security agreement, as well as any related documents and by any other writing, are cumulative and may be exercised both singularly and concurrently. Pursuit by security agreement of and remedy does not exclude pursuit of any other remedy, and making expenditures and taking action for performing an obligation of debtor under this security agreement after debtor's failure of performance does not affect secured party's right to declare a default and exercise the remedies thereof. Other rights and remedies. Secured party possesses all rights and remedies of a secured creditor under the Uniform Commercial Code, as may be amended upon agreement between the parties. In addition, secured party possesses and may exercise any and all other rights and remedies available at law in equity and otherwise. Rules of construction. In this security agreement, A, neither use of nor the referencing of the term proceeds authorizes any sale, transfer, other disposition, and the like of collateral by the debtor. B, the words include and including are not limiting. C, the word all includes any, and the word any includes all. D, the word or is not exclusive. And E, words and terms, first, in the singular number include the plural, and in the plural the singular. Second, in the masculine gender include both the feminine and neuter. Miscellaneous provisions. The following miscellaneous provisions are part of this security agreement. So we're almost done. One more page. Okay. Amendments. This security agreement, together with all related documents and endorsements, constitutes the entire understanding and agreement of the parties re the matter set forth in this security agreement. This security agreement may neither be changed nor modified in any manner whatsoever unless said change modification is agreed upon by the secured party and in writing and signed by debtor and secured party. Further assurances. Upon reasonable request by secured party, debtor consents and agrees that debtor will execute any further documents and take any further actions requested by the secured party that argue any of the following. A, evidencing the security interest granted herein. B, perfecting the security interest granted herein. C, maintaining first priority of the security interest granted herein. And D, effectuating rights herein granted secured party by the debtor. Severability. In the event that a court of original and general jurisdiction at common law, such as Article 3, Court of Justice arising under the Constitution of the United States of America, 1787, with the Bill of Rights, 1791, as lawfully amended by the qualified electors of the several states of this American Union, and laws de jure United States of America, and such as a court of justice, in accordance with the course of the common law arising under the Constitution of the West Virginia Republic, and you put your state there, as amended by the qualified electors of said West Virginia Republic, and the laws of the de jure West Virginia, judicially determined that any part of this security agreement, including any amendment, addendum, revision, and the like, is unacceptable for any reason, such as on the basis of being unlawful, invalid, void, unenforceable, and the like, such provision is thereby severed from this security agreement. But every remaining provision continues in full force and effect and may not be affected by such determination. If feasible, any such offending provision is deemed modified for inclusion within the limits of enforceability and validity. In the event that the offending provision cannot be so modified, said offending provision is thereby stricken, and all other provisions of the security agreement in all other respects remain valid and enforceable by the secured party. Waiver. Neither secured party's actions nor secured party's omissions may be construed as a waiver of any rights under the security agreement unless so wavered in writing and signed by a secured party. Neither delay nor omission on the part of the secured party in exercising any right may operate as a waiver of such right, nor may it operate as a waiver of any other right. A waiver by a secured party of a provision of this security agreement neither prejudices nor constitutes a waiver of secured parties' rights for otherwise demanding strict and any other provision of this security agreement. Neither prior waiver by a secured party nor any course of dealing between secured party and debtor may constitute a waiver of any of the secured party's rights, nor of any of debtor's obligations, re any future transaction. Whenever the consent of secured party is required under the security agreement, the granting of such consent by secured party in any instance may not be construed as constituting continuing consent for subsequent instances where such consent is required, and in all cases, such consent may be granted or withheld in the sole discretion of secured party. This security agreement is not dischargeable in bankruptcy court. Secured party is holder in due course of all negotiable instruments referencing, bearing upon, and deriving from all property and collateral referenced herein. All collateral is exempt from levy and third-party lien. This security agreement secures any and all indebtedness and liability whatsoever that debtor owes in favor of secured party, both direct and indirect, absolute and contingent, due and as might become due, now existing and hereafter arising, and howsoever evident. This security agreement also secures any other debt that may be owed by debtor as arising upon occasion for the benefit of secured party. Debtor acknowledges, consents, and agrees with all provisions of this security agreement and agrees that debtor is bound by all terms and conditions as set forth herein. This security agreement, RL 2240689SA, is dated 24th day of the 6th month in the year of our Lord, 1989. Now that's your 18th birthday there. And then we have it, the debtor, all caps Robert Lee Thomas Jr., and then a line with the all caps Robert Lee Thomas Jr. underneath of it, and I signed that. You'll sign that. Okay, secured party accepts debtor signature in accordance with UCC 120139 and 3-401 and accepts for value of this security agreement, secured party signature. And then that's your lowercase name. Under that, you'll put you put a line, your lowercase name with a copyright symbol, authorized representative, okay, all rights reserved, UCC 1308, without prejudice. And you're going to get this notarized. You'll take it to a notary, and you'll save that signing of your name. You can sign your debtor's name, but you save your name for when you get to the notary. Always sign these in front of the notary, the ones that are supposed to be notarized. Mm-hmm. And now with this security agreement, that clams up and finishes off all of the documents that are needed to be created to do the financial statement. And the financial statement is the notice to the government that you are a secured party creditor, political power holder. And if you'll see how that security agreement securitized everything you could possibly ever acquire, material. And so everything that they have title and all that on, this transfers the title of those things to us. And that's what it's about.
Correct.
So that was a long one.
That was a very long one.
Yeah, but it has to be that way. And all right, so what we'll do, we'll take a little break, and then I've got to go do something here for a little bit, and then we'll talk to Daniel. All right, so we'll tie this one up.
Okay.
And so.
Well.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. This is step 2, part 4. I hope you're paying attention. He is putting a lot of time and effort into this. So, all right, we're gone for now, but not forever.